Today on the channel, we're hanging out with some evil friends from the DC McFarlane Toys Super Friends line. We got Sinestro, we got the Riddler, and we got Lex Luther.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another DC McFarlane Toys Super Friends unboxing and review. And today on the channel we got Sinestro, we got Lex Luther, and we got the Riddler. But for all your Super Friend needs and a whole lot more, hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 15% in all in-stock items. Yes, 15%. Exactly what I did is they caught me at a weak moment over there. Saw these fresh off the truck and I said, oh, I wasn't going to do it, but here we are. Here we are. And as I said on the first one where we unboxed Batman, Evil Batman, and Green Lantern, I said my hope is the next year and a half we can get this line done. These are a little quicker, easier to make, it does seem like. Hopefully we can get all the Super Friends we want, or it quite possibly could be That's So Hard to Say Goodbye, and some of you guys have already joked about that. Oh, coming to a future That's So Hard to Say Goodbye. Could happen, could happen. It's one of those ones that's on the cusp. We'll see how things play out the next year and a half, but we know how this review is going to play out. We're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And once again, make sure you check out the first review of the first three on my YouTube channel. This is a yin and yang video, I guess. And we're anxiously anticipating Series 2, which so many heavy hitters to do, so little time. Todd, the personal challenge. No, not physical challenge. Mark Summers on the couch too here today. Not the physical challenge, Mark. A personal challenge. It could be similar. You can do what you want. Work it out between yourself. But a personal challenge, Todd farther from the couch. Let's get us everybody, at least everybody on the package. But let's dive into it. Let's start with the Riddler, who is the Red Chase Platinum here. And of course, just made in little less figures made of him than everybody else. And you take that business step back, I guess, you know, the Batmans and the Green Lanterns of the world going to sell a little bit more than the Riddlers, but we still get him, just not quite in the quantities of others. So little of this, little of that, a dash of the other, maybe a pinch. Yeah, maybe a pinch of the other as well. We get the Riddler right here. Of course, we saw the Riddler in Batman 66 multiple times. This line using a lot of the body molds and packaging style of Batman 66, of course. On the back, we got all kinds of heavy hitters. We got all kinds of people on the back. We got Red Tornado, Batgirl, Flash, Green Arrow. Oh my gosh, there's a lot on here. Aquaman, oh my gosh, we got a lot more than I was thinking, and I guess there's even more outside of this. So I am hopeful that this is going to deem a checklist, and this is going to be the first wave, not wave necessarily, but we're going to get at least all of these in figure form because they're being promoted here. Would love to see others outside of that as well. We'll see what happens. But let's get it out of the package here. Let's see what old Riddler's up to. Probably confusing everybody. That's probably what he's up to, I would say. On the back, we get the Sinestro, Riddler, Green Lantern, Lex Luther, Batman Series 1. And we get the Riddler playing cards, of course. He's playing... Is that cards? I don't know what that is exactly. Yeah, but it is the Riddler. He's keeping us guessing at all times, of course. And give him the old heave-ho. See you later. Goodbye. All right, plastic prison time. We do get that communicator. We do get a little weapon as well. And, of course, locked in with a little bit of twist tie action. All right. A riddle wrapped up in enigma with a dash of a question, maybe. Something like that. Riddler coming out of the package. And, oh, once again, we got that Cambodian tape. The stickiest tape known to man. Holding everything down there for us. You know we're here for that. Can I get it out? Man, that's sticky tape. That's sticky. It'll pull your skin off. That's how sticky it is. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's cause some riddles. Let's see what's going on. We do get the communicator. Maybe even not a communicator. I guess it could be a little detonator button. You got the little red button. Don't push the button. Don't push the button. But it is like right here. I get to see him. Ha ha, ha ha, Batman. Bam, blows up the Batmobile or something. But we do got that going on. Looks good. And then I guess, is this supposed to be a question mark with a little handle? It almost looks like it'd be the top of a cane or something, but maybe I'm missing something on this one. Does fit in his hand, but I'm not exactly sure what this is supposed to kind of represent. I don't know. Is it supposed to be a question? Is it supposed to be part of this? You guys tell me. But diving into the Riddler himself, a different take on the Riddler, a guy that's had different looks over the years. He's got the bandit mask on here. Of course, he's like a bank robber with that thing going on. Black hair with quite the male pattern baldness starting to set in there. He's really losing the fight. He better head over to Turkey and get some hair plugs maybe put in, like our good friend John Cena recently. Got the big question on the front and back of the outfit. You got the green suit throughout, purple belt, and you got the purple gloves, purple forearm, purple boots. Don't forget those. Looking good. Somebody hands you this, you know it's the Riddler. You're not confused. You know exactly who this is. Now, all three of these guys will have articulation the same, so one of these we'll walk through the articulation on. So we'll see, but he does fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand using discount code Kyle to save 10%. But how about that Riddler? Just keeping you guessing is what he's doing right there. That's what we're going to say. But now we're going to dive into another baddie, one of the baddest of the bad. Of course, Lex Luther. To me, in the Super Friends, he was the biggest villain, maybe. I guess you guys tell me. But definitely a cool-looking Lex Luther, and I definitely feel like this is what I think of when I think of Lex Luthor, as a guy that's had a lot of looks over the years, but I kind of go back to all this as well. Looking good, Super Friends packaging. Uniform packaging on these. The back the same on everybody, makes it a little bit easier, I guess, as far as producing card art. But we're going to pull Lex Luther out, see what's going on. Dare I say, see what all the fuss is about with him. What is going on here? See you later. Goodbye. Get the same background there. We got Lex Luther in the card. Always cool to get cards. I mean, it's a nice little throw-in, I guess, if that is your thing. Speaking of throw-in, see you later. Goodbye. Plastic Prison. Old sexy Lexi holding it down, of course. Not to be confused with Lex Luger. It's Lex Luther here, but I believe they took some of Lex Luger's name, a little bit of a play on Lex Luther, and a weapon, a pistol, I believe. But the more you know. The more you know, of course. Sticky Cambodian tape, you got to have that. There it is. There it is. And there it is. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's get down to business. We got the detonator this time with 2 buttons, so we can do double the fun over here. 1 button on this one, 2 buttons on this one for old Lex. Looking good, and I'm not even sure what this is. This is a deep cut from the series. Super Friends, much like He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, does not hold up very well as far as cartoons go. Still very nostalgic, but obviously you look at it with a 2025 lens, pretty rough to watch. But if you grew up as a kid, oh, it's playing all the hits. But I don't remember what this weapon is. Obviously, it's some crazy weapon he had in the cartoon is probably what it ended up being. But now we get Lex Luthor right here. The chrome dome gives it away. Bald. Beautiful bald, like a young Mr. Clean, of course. Got those big old eyebrows that mean business, like a young Ox Baker. 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth, 2 ears. Playing all those human hits. Of course, Lex Luthor, a human at the end of the day. And quite fashion forward in his outfit here. You got the purple coat going there. You got the green gloves, the green forearm guards. You got the vest over the top. You get the high turtleneck, and then you got that power move collar. Of course, power move, we've talked about it numerous times, Todd McFarlane from the couch. Power move all day long. You know he's getting into Club Grayskull. There you have the long line to get in Club Grayskull. Lex Luthor comes walking in with that collar. They just pull that little gate, and they just welcome him in. Just come on in, Lex. They just let you go right in. Member of Club Grayskull for sure over there. Now he's got the black stripes down the side, and then you got the green pants down into those purple boots. How about that? Even a couple of little jetpacks things so you can fly through the air if need be down here at the bottom. Looking pretty wild for sure. And articulation, arms do go all the way around like so. Very tight joints, side to side, single jointed elbows, and of course the pins are here. Those beautiful pins, Todd, you love so much on this figure. You do get the hands back and forth, side to side, head back and forth. That's it there. Waist articulation goes up for kind of the big boot to the groin maybe. He's got that going on. Single jointed knee and nothing on the ankles. That's it. And all these guys are going to have the same articulation as you guys know. But looking good, the baddest of the bad, old Lex Luthor. You got to have him in your collection. If you're collecting bad guys for sure, you got to have him. He's got a little bit of a tight hole though. I will say that. He doesn't want to fit, but man, got him in there. He's ready to go. Old sexy Lexi, ready to party with the Riddler. But now we got to finish it over here with a little Sinestro. Sinestro, a guy with different colors over the years, but this is his Super Friends appearance, I guess. Wouldn't say he's a deep cut villain, but for Series 1, maybe a deep cut, but we're here for it. Super Friends uniform packaging. Same thing on the back. We're getting used to it, of course. Pull this off the card. See what Sinestro's up to here. Of course, we got the trading card. See you later. Yikes, goodbye. Sinestro looking extra scary right here. Of course, the evil Sinestro. He's got a big dome on him as well, like a young egghead. There it is. We're going to pull him out of the package. Oh, got to cut him free, though. He's ready to square off against the Green Lantern. We know that much for sure. But Sinestro ready to party as part of this Super Friends line. There it is. Oh, that sticky tape. I keep forgetting about it. How do you forget about it? It's the stickiest of tape. And see you later. Goodbye. There it goes. All right, we do get another detonator here, and every single one of these detonators have been different, so I appreciate that. They could easily just give us the same one 3 times. I don't know if anybody would have said anything about it, but we do get a different one with this one. And then we do get this. This looks like something old-timey you'd pull a tooth out on somebody. It's like, all right, let me get in there. But it is nice gold here, little clamps going on. No articulation, anything like that, so it's just for show. But once again, I haven't watched Super Friends in 100 years. Yes, 100 years. I'm 104, so I haven't watched them in 100 years. So I don't remember the specific episode this must have been from. Cool enough for what it is, though. Cool enough for what it is. But now we're diving into Sinestro, and once again, articulation identical to the other guys. Don't need to walk through it on this one. But quite the pink skin tone here. I don't know. Is his blood pressure through the roof? Is Green Lantern really getting to him? Maybe, because, man, that can't be healthy to be like that. Once again, a little bit of male pattern baldness going on, setting in on him. He's playing human hits with those 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth, and 2 ears, and that modern-day Bob Dylan mustache, which is a wild power move in itself. He does got a little collar, so he's continuing some power moves. Definitely looking interesting here. Not sure what I think about this overtop layer there. Man, I think he's playing a lot of power moves, honestly, but he looks like he's straight out of the 80s with this, and Super Friends out of the 80s, of course. But looking very cool over the top. You got the blue jumpsuit there, very futuristic belt, different colors of blue. He's just rocking the blue all over the place. It's just that crazy pink skin tone of his and his high blood pressure really dancing around here. But man, that mustache, once you look at it, your eyes can't take away from it. It's that good of a mustache. I might have to adopt one of those here in a couple of years. We'll see what happens there. He does got his lantern ring there and the old green, of course, on his hand. He's ready to go. He's ready to take on Hal Jordan. Looking pretty good, though. I really do actually like this one. It looks cooler out of the package, but man, he's definitely got a wild head sculpt on him. Definitely evil, definitely high blood pressure. Somebody get this guy some oatmeal for breakfast. Maybe a couple of almonds along the way. But there it is. He fits on a stand as well. The ringside stands from Mattel. So 3 of the baddest of the bad dudes here in the Super Friends line. We had good guys. We got bad guys. Interesting, we only got 2 good guys and 4 bad guys in Series 1. Maybe we'll get the script flipped on Series 2. Have to think Superman in Series 2. Maybe a wild card like Aquaman. We'll see what happens there. Wouldn't be shocked to see Joker, maybe, or the Penguin, maybe even Robin along there. But I'm anxious to see what happens to Series 2. Anxious to see where this line goes. And I've got the personal challenge, not the physical challenge, out there with Todd McFarlane that I hope this line gets completed here in the next year and a half and change, whatever it may be, before he loses the license, if he loses the license on this style of figures. But there it is, the old Super Friends Series 1. What's your thoughts on these 3? Pickups, passes, long games, no games? Let me know in the comments down below. And you made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. Check out YouTube channel memberships and, of course, the Patreon for early access to everything, plus so much bonus content and your best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel checking out my new podcast every single Tuesday. The video cast goes up on YouTube, but wherever audio podcasts are found, it is The Kyle Peterson Show every single Tuesday. My wife and I break it all down. Action figures, all kinds of stuff over there. Some wild stories along the way. So check out the podcast, support the channel, give it a 5-star ranking. You guys know the drill by now. Check out my new book, The Complete Guide to the ECW Original San Francisco Toymaker line. Available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, hardcover, softcover. You can also purchase via me if you want. And with that, you will get a sticker and a bookmark. So appreciate the support on the book. Appreciate all the support on the channel as well. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and now The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com. So for Super Friends Series 1 Evil Edition, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
We're going to the end of the line.